What's up YouTube, Mr. LMSC here, and today we are going to be continuing part hell of the hardcore guided playthrough for the Martial Arts Assassin. Now, of course, this is very similar to the softcore, but with more survivability, focus, a little bit more leveling, just a little bit more done, right? All of these builds that I show you pretty much are hardcore viable. It's just you have to take the softcore piece and you just have to do a little more. You just have to play a little bit safer. If you're in those scary situations, just pull yourself out of them, right? So I'm level 69 right now, but again, I can always just continue to gain levels in Nightmare right here. We can go players 8. If there's a good, terror zone up, I can go to the terror zone. I can, go here, though at level 69, this isn't going to be like that good of experience anymore, right? Phoenix Strike here, but it'll be like okay experience, but not quite as good. So, we've kind of started capping out this piece, but you can see like the experience bar still moves up a little bit. But really, this is like, okay, let's go to the Luke Lane. And you know what? I think I have to do Radament anyways. So let's just go to the Luke Lane and go to the sewers. And we can just mess around in the sewers. Now again, kind of our main piece here is going to be Phoenix Strike, and we're going to be focusing on the damage that we're getting from our 2 and 3 for our build-ups. And there's just never a reason when you're playing hardcore to push yourself into a spot that's just going to be uncomfortable or dangerous, I should say. Right? So I can always just kill everything on the way. And that totally works. You can kill every mob that you come across. If you feel comfy, you can always jump a little bit ahead. But you don't gotta be crazy. Something hit me, I didn't like it, I'll back off a little. Now, one thing that you'll also, of course, note with this run that, I'm doing and I really like doing here with it, Ethereal Armor, is I have a Holy Freeze Mercenary to go with my Phoenix Strike, which has a freeze as well. So the combination of those two adds a lot of safety to this run. Now when you start getting to cold immunes, that limits it down a little bit more. It's not the end of it, because Holy Freeze will still slow the cold immunes and still give them kind of a freeze, but that makes it a little bit worse when you get in hell and you run into those. But you can also just try and avoid those if you want. And again, the big focus here is just going to be pushing forward. And this is fine experience, and this is safe experience as well. I think that's something to also note. This is not very dangerous at all down here. I'm level 69. I have maxed out resistances, basically. I'm good here, this isn't some super scary position where I'm in hell and I'm constantly cursed and I'm about to get one-tapped. So this is why I really love leveling in the terror zones in the previous act, because it just puts you in a spot where you can just really do so much and you're just not going to be as worried. You're not going to constantly be dying or getting close to dying or anything. So that is, always my recommendation, to just spend your time there. And, we're just going down to Radament right now. I will go ahead and drop to players 1 because I don't really want to fight Radament on players 8. That feels a little bit annoying. So we'll drop to P1 before we come across Radament. And just see if we can move forward and go get him. Should be right over here. go ahead and drop that. Big deal. And we'll do a quick gear review before we like get into the hell piece of it and everything. But man, just look at that damage. So juicy. Yes, the like wind up, build up time can be a little annoying. But it's not too bad. Check here. Those are fine. That's all good. Yep. Okay. Let's go over to hell and review where we're at. Let's take a gander at all the stuff. Thanks, Steve. So, stats, skills. You can see we are max fire res right now, 45 light res. Our cold res is a little low, but we can always boost our cold and poison res, and we'll go over that in a tiny bit. Strength, dexterity, just enough to wear the claws that I want and any other gear. The rest into vitality, of course. And then for our skill points, we have, a point down here into Mind Blast and Cloak of Shadows for when it gets more dangerous. And then I've maxed out Phoenix Strike, Blades of Ice, and Claws of Thunder. Now, this is really going to be your bread and butter. We could also, if we want, have Dragon Tail that we start pumping to get some more like fire damage on a kick. So this is something we can look at. Or we can have the Dragon Claw. The nice thing about Dragon Claw is you get the dual release. So you're hitting twice. So I'm releasing both the ice and the lightning kind of at the same time. The nice thing about Dragon Tail is that you get an explosive kick. Now, this is going to be based on your physical damage, of which my physical damage is garbage. So it doesn't really add a lot currently. But, this as well has some damage component. But, I just don't have, like, a lot of damage right now. So it kind of leads, now that we've maxed these 3 skills, it kind of leaves it up a little bit for what we want to do. Do I want to go into kicks where I could get up to 3 kicks, where I could kick all of the charges out? The fire charge right now doesn't do a lot, but I could also put points into Fist of Fire, and then I could literally be running Blades of Ice, Claws of Thunder, Fist of Fire, Phoenix Strike, balancing and managing all of the charges of everything. It gets a little bit much, is my only thought. So I'm generally going to kind of avoid it, I feel like, and push away from that because it's just a little exhausting. When you have mosaics, it's great. You're like, oh yeah, I could do this forever. When you don't have mosaics, you're like, nah, this is too much. Trying to like balance all these charges and the cover strikes. And, yeah, it's a lot. So I'll probably avoid that. I could put a point in Fade if I want. Get, a little bit extra resist all, but it does drop the burst of speed. Right now, my resistances are good enough. I don't feel like I need the Fade. If that starts to become questionable a little bit later on, I'll go into Fade. I can always go more Weapon Block. I am running dual claws. And remember, Weapon Block can block spells as well. Now, it doesn't block when you're running. It blocks when you are standing and like fighting and stuff, which is a lot of the time. So having this increase is not a bad idea. Claw Mastery is also not bad. Increase the attack rating, which can help our chance there to build up some charges. So I don't hate that. Burst of Speed can be nice, just makes us faster, and can also increase our attack speed and maybe take us to another breakpoint. And then Shadow Warrior and Shadow Master are considerations. And I may just run one of these to try and get even more safety, essentially. So I'm kind of leaning towards Weapon Block and Shadow Warrior personally. And yeah, that's a tricky one. Let's go ahead and just start putting points into Shadow Warrior. I like the idea. I'll go ahead and go here. Go here, we'll go there. I still need a shale rune to upgrade my belt. Let's take a look at our gear as well. I'm running 2 claws. These claws have plus to martial arts, which is the main thing I'm super caring about. There's also attack rating on this claw, which is really nice. I do like that. If you have claws with bigger damage and stuff, that can be nice again for some of the other pieces. However, you're going to need more requirements for it, so there are some trade-offs there. We have a lore helm for 1 to all skills. We crafted a prismatic amulet to get 20 all res. I'm using Cow King's hide still just because it's got nice resistances and life on it, and I enjoy that. We went ahead and had farmed the dual deaths, so just great there, but we also found like Blood Fist and some stuff that was nice, Hisaris boots, like we've got some things that were okay as well. This ring has good light res, poison res. This ring is completely replaceable. This is garbage. I just have not really found much of a better ring. This one has 19 light res. This one has 18 light res. I may end up just using this, honestly. I think I'm going to. Now that we're at this point, that seems good to me. Boots are really nice. They've got some good fire res, a little bit of light res, magic find, and FRW. And then charms are just whatever resistances, some max damage AR stuff, and some life, you know, here and there. So just some like okay things there. Go ahead and get one more rejuve. Gems, you know, we're doing okay on gems. Runes, we do have a foul rune. If I had a lem rune, treachery would be being made. We made a bulwark, an insight, and we have twitch throw for our mercenary. So he is a little bit low on his resistances. I could put Cow Kings on him, but that would drop my res some, and I don't super love that right now. So that's a little bit of a tough one. And this is also because I'm not running a shield. Something that you can also do is run a shield. And that may even be, if this just ends up being a little bit too nasty and we feel like we're taking a lot of damage, I may drop one of the claws, put on an Ancient's Pledge, because I do have Cannot Be Frozen from the deaths, so I don't need to run Rhyme Shield. Put on Ancient's Pledge, gain 43 all res, 48 res for the other ones, get these res crazy high. Then I could drop Cow Kings. Then I could put on the Twitch Throw, give that to the mercenary. He gets a little stronger there. And then I would just switch over from Dragon Claw into Dragon Talon and just go for kicking. And again, the main idea and piece there as well is Phoenix Strike, you're only building a single charge at a time anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. Like we talked about before, building up cold res, building up poison res. You can literally just chug these, and you can do this for, you know, that. Or you can, I guess we don't have a big belt, so it's a little bit worse from the belt. But I can just chug these. I can give some of these to my mercenary as well.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
And we can just move on out.
Thanks.
So let's go give it a try. Let's see how this is. And, you know, like right off the bat, curse. Because everything is cursed in hell. You're just like always going to be cursed. So you do need to be very careful in hell. 1, because everything is cursed. 2, because there's a lot of like archers and quill rats and mobs like that will just obliterate you. So really, really need to kind of watch for that stuff. You don't want to be, you know, accidentally getting shot by a pack of extra strong quill rats while you're cursed or something. But I'm just on P1 right now. You can definitely see I could increase the players count. Survivability would be a little bit worse though. And I may end up switching into Ancient's Pledge. I'm definitely debating it. Because I have a +2 claw here, which is pretty nice. So I'm still getting good benefit out of it. Or the other one with the attack rating. But it would just give me like
Perfect.
a little more survivability. Could even do like a whole respec here if we want and kind of see how it's going. Make some adjustments if needed. But just to have to not get popped. And then yes, again, fade as well is always an option because fade also gives you physical damage reduction. So you can put a lot of points into fade. The nice thing with burst of speed is that attack speed though. It really speeds you up and gets you on a better frame. And so that is the one really sad thing. If you drop burst of speed it is a little bit harder to hit, but I mean shoot, if I'm running like 20 points in fade, okay, now we have 20% damage reduction and we have, you know, max resistances and everything. It will tank you up a lot and make you pretty safe. So it's an option. But that one may just be, again, kind of a see how we're feeling. Let's pick this up right now, have this available to us, and see how the character is just moving. It also gives you curse reduction. That is true. That is something I wasn't thinking of, but I probably should have. It also does reduce your curse duration, which is really nice. Fade is crazy good. It really is. And you can see I'm still rocking this great resistance here. Durga unfortunately did pass there. It's going to be a little tough for Durga. I should actually check what level he is as well. Make sure he's at least 69 with me and not. Dismissal on Mavad is not.
The rogue's test is done.
Okay. Yeah, and it also reduces your shrine time, of course, but. Sorry. Yeah, so a couple more skill points. We'll just continue with our Shadow Warrior here. Durga he is level 69. More vitality. Very low 19, hit 20, hit. Probably not Figlet. I mean, it's possible. But that's a little bit low of a level. You know, I wonder. Yeah. I wonder if I should use the Shadow Master, because the Shadow Warrior can only use what's assigned to my left and right click. And so she's just using Dragon Claw with nothing else. And I can get her to use Burst of Speed. But she's not really building up charges. Whereas the Shadow Master can use any of this skills there. I mean, by Act 4, if you're like 19 and a half, you can probably get there, yeah. If you guys are killing some stuff. Random time. Yeah, a little late. Little late. So, with a warrior, she only uses your left and right skills, so this is where I say, keep something like your burst of speed there first, and or fade if you wanted, and then you can tank her up by having her cast fade on herself. Put some charges here.
These stones hold an ancient power. I can't carry them anymore.
But my main focus is just to have another body, right? So just being able to have another body in the way that you can fight with. Notice the types of groups that I am fighting. Again, right? I'm not going after these like archer groups and stuff, right? We're going after the guys that are easier to kill, not as dangerous. Now, of course, don't forget, you can always just run away from anything. But yeah, like that cursed lightning enchanted spectral hit, I don't need to ever fight that. That is a scary boss. And this is also why I have Cloak of Shadows if I want. So for instance, we can cloak. And now these guys, you know, if you want to fight the archers, this is how you would do it, right? But lightning enchanted cursed again. Like, is it actually worth it? Meh. Whoa, what a charm. Three faster run walk, 9 light res. Might drop the 4 fire res because we do use it. Alright, whatever. We'll just have even more charms for now. Get back there and use Cloak of Shadows. It was an option. Just because you have an option doesn't mean you need to take it. Just remember that. And the Chaos Orb there, having that freeze effect is super nice. Also something that you may have noticed or you may not have noticed is that I am using Blades of Ice as well whenever I'm going up against mobs that are light immune, because my damage is going to be light and cold, right? I'm basically light and cold is my 2 damage types. So if I'm not able to deal lightning damage, then cold is obviously my main way. The Chaos Orb from Phoenix Strike is actually like just okay for damage. It's not amazing, but there's actually a lot more damage to be had with the skill, with the Blades of Ice. So I'll just avoid those guys and keep moving. Training Owls or Laying of Hand, which are better? I mean, those are two separate characters, right? Training Owls you're using on casters, and they're the best caster gloves in the game. Laying of Hands you're using on characters that need 50 fire res and or you know, like melee characters that want IAS. So
Moo.
I think I may respec into having a Shadow Master, because the Shadow Warrior is, yeah, just not quite doing enough for us. Tetragon, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for that sub. Okay, keep running through. Go get a waypoint. Yeah, nice job on the Sunder's Capuchin. Wish you said that sooner. Wait, said what sooner? Ooh. And if I wasn't able to run past those guys, I would have just save quit. Because that was a little bit spicy. Sometimes you open up a door and it's just spice level 1000. And you know what? We don't need to fight spice level 1000. Now, something you should also note is while Phoenix Strike does freeze, you won't actually freeze uniques and champions. So it will freeze the non-uniques and champions. Your spice level 1000? That sounds right. Okay, there's our tower. We can look for a waypoint out here. And this is, again, optional, completely up to you. What do you want to do? You can farm here if you want. You can not farm here if you want. Let's go ahead and respec though. Because you know what? I don't like how I spec'd that. If you want to keep going into warrior, that's totally fine as well. It's not like that big of a deal. So I need 50-50. And we're at 45-45. I'm gonna always have this Grand Charm for now, so I don't have to worry about that. Dexterity, if I drop... Let's see what's giving me dexterity. Okay, never mind. So I'll have them both right there. Would I be mad if? Yes. I don't feel like I'm using Mind Blast. Cloak of Shadows I still think is worth the point. I'm still going to go with this point here. And we'll still use maxing this and maxing this and maxing this. And getting there. And going there. And I'll just put these points into Shadow Master. Because that sounds nice. You can also go Venom if you just want like some poison damage added in. It can be okay. So very similar, but we are going to get a Shadow Master instead of a Warrior. And she'll kind of go cast her own things and stuff. So we're going to let her be her own person, because the skills that I'm using just aren't as cool, not as good. If you have like traps or something on your side, it can be a little bit nicer. But we do not, so we'll let her do her stuff. Oh! I would definitely, Menders. How many hours I have in D2? I estimate around 40,000-ish. You stop playing after about 20,000 hours? I mean, you've done a lot with 20,000 hours. That is for sure. That is pretty sick. And by sick, I mean like mentally sick. There's something wrong with us.
I can't carry anymore.
Need my chick to join up here. Woo! And that is where having bad cold res can almost get you killed. Jesus. I may go put a Thorin in this. Or I might switch over. Have I seen the new Dune? No. Hey.
Good day.
We did find a Monarch. Also found a 3 open socket. Could use a Lum rune. See if we can't, what we can find in the tower here. Okay, now our cold red's a little better. Lumrin would do very nicely for us. Looks like fanaticism archers there, which I don't love. Just keep going. Level 5. Remember to be on P1 if you're in level 5 before you kill the Countess. Assuming you're not already. I am just moving around on players 1 right now. Don't feel really safe enough to move on a higher. Use some Cloak of Shadows here. I would also accept a Shale Rune. Always cursed, huh? Tal Rune. Not great. Hey Twitch, clip that. Okay, we'll see see if it does it. Gold poleaxe. We don't need battle branch. Every time you save quit, remember you will have some res
Good day.
to deal with. Good there, so you'll always have to like re-drink thawing potions. And this as well is a decent spot to go farm. You know, I really personally like farming around like the Cold Plains and stuff. Now Cold Plains is a little bit annoying because you'll have these cold immunes here. But like Stony Field can be a decent farming spot. We could farm Rakinishu. There's just like lots of bosses and stuff around here that can be decent experience. Oh, there's a great one. And we can probably farm, you know, a lot of these a little bit higher player count as well if we want, because you can see we do have pretty good damage. Now, again, there is some danger, so that is the biggest concern. But you know, just be a little careful. Before you go up onto Rakinisha or something, you can always just disco up. Get all your things popping. Thank you, Obsidian. There's the Midora. Here's an experience shrine. Remember, whenever it's cold, then we can build up. With some cold damage as well. All sorts of great options. Oh, there you go. We actually have a Rakinishu spawn pretty close by. Let's try a player's 8 really fast and see how rough it is. Hopefully we don't die. Chug some potions. Go to Stony Field. Check for an experience shrine. Got it. Darn, we lost our mercenary. It's not bad on the experience.
Yes?
Try and build up charges on randos. We're all set, all discoed up. We can take that in. There's a level.
These stones hold an ancient power.
Overall, maybe a little bit scary. Probably not worth. That was good to test.
Good day.
Good to test out. We have another skill point. We'll put another point there. And we'll just go players 1 and continue.
Such corruption in this place.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, Billy. Now, whenever you see Conviction Aura, you should always at least have mild respect for it, because Conviction Aura plus, you know, Cold Enchanted and stuff can just be absolutely disgusting. We'll go ahead and grab the Imbue.
This should go to choice.
Try and figure out what we want to imbue. Later on, our gear's actually pretty solid. And here we actually can like go after some archers because we use Cloak of Shadows. So Cloak of Shadows has some decent use cases here for sure. And we are just kind of slow chugging through, right? No super urge to rush anything like crazy right now. But you can do, again, whatever pace you want. What's the best ladder starting character? I mean, there's a lot of various ones, and it kind of depends what you're feeling. I have a tier list on Icy Veins that
Try and cage me.
gives you kind of my recommendations of, you know, how I would play through the different characters and which ones I would pick, what I think the best ladder starters are if you're playing solo, on a team, etc. The Holy Freeze.
I am overburdened.
Wait, what do I have to upload? Oh, the washer. Did you give it to me? I must have missed it. If here's an... Oh, thanks, Josh. Do always, of course, be careful with ghosts. Yeah, Cold Enchanted, Cursed. Not my favorite. I will come back at the very least and grab a couple thawing potions for myself. Just build up a couple minutes, right? 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 6.5, 7.5 minutes. That's decent enough. We'll go ahead and turn the Imbue quest in. Repair. Go right there. Warlock's pretty solid and safe, yeah. Make sure we cast our stuff again. Cast a Cloak of Shadows. And the more I can just let my mercenary tank, the better. Here's, you know, some more cold enchants, but with our resistances now being at 46, it's not too bad. So I would still like more cold res.
I don't like it down here.
There's nowhere to get it. It really is just going to be like if I want to put it on a shield. Besides shoving a Thol rune into my armor and or of course getting a smoke or a lion heart or get faded from treachery. You know, also a solid choice, Jason's Deli. It's funny, today I actually had Jersey Mike's for lunch, and my daughter requested Jason's Deli for dinner, so. You guys nailed everything. I guess I can fade. Again, I always have the option of just using fade by myself if I really want res plus. So, MVS punishment that decreases your experience. Yeah, I mean, all those are possibilities. Darcy? Okay, let's grab the waypoint. 1 for safety, 2 for any leveling that we want to do. Or farming on Helen Dariel, who is a great spot to farm all sorts of goodies. See what we get here. Not gonna be across there. Interesting. Ah, right there. That's why. Yeah, we'll continue players 1 and just keep moving down. Use Cloak of Shadows. Help all of our people survive a little bit longer. Thank you. And yeah, again, right, I've said it 10 times, I'll say it another. Having this team that we've built here is super helpful. And by this team, I mean having Holy Freeze, having the Warrior, or the Shadow Master with us, having the cold damage. Like, whenever you can move in a pack like this, you bring your mercenary with you, it can just do a lot. So we'll come over here. If for some reason you have a terrible Catacombs level 4, there's just like tons of crazy mobs and you don't want to deal with all of them and stuff because it's a lot, you don't have to, right? Just don't. Like, reset. You got the waypoint, you're good. There's some like nasty lightning and chance right there. So we'll go ahead and drag these guys over here. A tough one for mercenary here. It's hardcore. Do we need to be too crazy there? Nah.
Good day.
Come back over here. Can even pick up some antidote potions just to bump up our res. Can give a couple antidote potions to the mercenary, who is dead.
Hello.
Thanks. Thanks.
And I have lightning enchant here, so we'll just kill that. Get a Shadow Master out whenever we need. Durga, unfortunately, just isn't quite strong enough here, which is not surprising, and Dariel is extremely difficult to have enough for.
I am overburdened.
But just like that, give yourselves a clap. Act 1 of Hell is done.
Your
Let's go to Act 2.
greetings.
How nice.
Good day.
You can always look at fun little things, see if there's something nice that you want. We will pick up some more of these. We'll do this, go here, repair. All right, let's keep moving. Careful of beetles if you have bad light res.
Moo. Higher.
Link's inversion. It's definitely a little bit tougher because my chance to hit isn't as good. Because the mobs, you know, start to get a little bit higher in their totals, just life totals and stuff. That gets a little bit rough. Don't love fanaticism. Fanaticism cursed. You know what? You're good. You guys win. We're good. We'll move on. And sometimes, again, that's just what you have to say. You just have to go, yep, conviction cold enchanted against me with my bad cold res. Yep, we'll move on. And then we can fight easier things. Like birds and stuff. Kill things that just don't feel like they're gonna murder us so quickly. This might be a good example. Okay, this flesh crawler, he doesn't seem as bad. Okay. Here's the birdie man. Not as bad.
I can't carry anymore.
Play to the easier stuff, avoid the crazy hard stuff. And that should be, you know. Feels like pretty obvious, but you know, if you want to get a little spicy, yeah, okay. We can here. I'm always checking out whatever the mods are, so, you know, if I'm seeing that they're fire enchanted, I remember that fire enchanted explode around them, and will deal some damage. If they're, you know, aura enchanted, I'm checking what the aura is. If they're, I'm checking for lightning enchanted and cold enchanted and just anything that would matter. This is just players 1. We're just slow grooving through. Not trying to do anything too crazy. Not trying to take on the world. Oh yeah, I lost stuff in the rust storm. A lot of beetles out here. A little dangerous. Don't have a waypoint either. I kind of want to get a waypoint. Lightning enchanted, curse, cold enchanted. I don't love fighting that. Looks like we do have an exit here. We also have a lot of stuff that is dangerous. Jeez. It's like 9 boss groups, but I don't love them. They're all a little scary, so we'll just keep moving. Here's a maggot lair. And here's a waypoint. Can grab that later. This boss group doesn't seem too bad. Get our freeze going. So we'll kill it and keep going. This is hardcore, yes. So, you know, like I say, when you're playing hardcore, it is the same but different as softcore. The same in that there's no like better MF or worse MF or harder to do XYZ. But different in how you're just engaging. On softcore, I'm probably going and fighting a lot of those guys because if I die there, okay, who cares? You know, like losing experience at level 71 is not the end of the world. I don't even know what that means. Binary. I don't have a waypoint here, so we will just have to be a little bit careful. Snakes are also a little bit nasty. And we have Might Aura here while cursed.
It is an honor to serve you.
Of the scientist. Okay. So this is very scary in here. I'm gonna get my mercenary up front to tank as well some. And continue to use Cloak of Shadows. And I'm gonna kind of stay in the back. He is also cursed. We have cursed plus Might Aura, which is really nasty. Huh. Highest light radius you can get. I think it stops after like 11 or something. 7, maybe 7 even. Oh god. You know, this is a great example of a time we're just gonna go back. I'm gonna go find a waypoint and then we'll try again later. Because cursed, Might Aura, and snakes have that charge, and that's just asking to die. Plain and simple. So I'm literally just gonna reset it.
Good evening.
I don't want to do that. I'm also going to put away my rejuve. And fill up on these again. Base is 13, the max is 18. Okay, that's what it is. I was gonna say, I know once you get a torch, there's no reason to get any more light radius. But the base is 13 is what I was forgetting. Okay. This time it's Holy Freeze. This is my favorite, but it's okay. Lightning enchanted with it is also not super fun, but we might just even let our mercenary, and yeah, there we go. We'll just let them take care of it. We'll move on to the next step. Got another boss back here if we want to fight it. And as I've said many times before, it's not a bad idea to just like clear stuff out and not have things behind you. We lost Durga there. Probably give him like a full rejuve a little more often. Let's help him out a little bit more. Go like this, get our potions organized. So there's one way. The other way is just teleport like a madman. Now, if you teleport like a madman, you gotta expect some death. And or just be very ready to save and quit. Just checking around, seeing what's behind us. I think it's gonna be a deep drop behind us. Go. So again, I feel comfortable, but you do your own thing.
Great.
All right, we have Maggot Lair. Similar idea. Can actually grab Durga here, that'll be even better.
Good day.
I really wish we had battle orders to give to Durga. It'd be so nice. strong, extra fast curse. I just want to be a little careful. More vitality. Another point right here. There is no room to spawn that Shadow Master anywhere. Nice and easy then. If you want.
Impossible.
Level 2. Level 3. Like, our character's now getting to be pretty strong in a way that we can kind of move forward some. And this is why, you know, telestaffs are enjoyed, but not required.
Greetings.
Because you can always just play at whatever pace you want to play at. You can always kill more things.
Hello.
It is an honor to serve you.
Let's keep rolling. Let's go see what we get in the Arcane Sanctuary, which does have the Ghoul Lords, which can be a little annoying, and Ghosts, which can be a little annoying because the Ghosts will stack on top of each other. So you do have to be a little bit careful with that. Honestly, somebody's saying this character looks really annoying without Mosaic. Honestly, the bigger issue I feel like is it just doesn't feel... It's because you don't always generate a charge. That I think is where it gets really difficult. Like, I'm level 72, but if I'm fighting mobs and they're a higher level and I can't generate charges, I kind of get screwed a little trying to like get in there and attack and whiff, and then I still can't hit for damage. You know, you have to like whiff, whiff, whiff before you can start actually building charges that you can then spend. And so it just ends up taking a little too long. When you're hitting more often, it's not as big of a deal. If you're not hitting, it becomes a much bigger deal. So I think that ends up being the biggest issue. Yeah, this is like the first example of spender generator just being not a good thing. And then they continued to shove it into every game after that. But fun colors. Yeah, you whiff because you miss your hit. Oh, and that stinks. Oh, I get what you're saying. But it's like a double punishment.
Good day.
Because you not only don't get a hit, but you also don't even like get to build towards what eventually does your damage. So that is also where like having stuff with attack rating, having Saigon's gloves and helm, having you know, Hisara's boots and belt, having angelic ring and Ami. those come into play and do a lot for you there. Okay. Triangle. Repair. We'll get our potions. We'll drink a few more thawing pots. This is why you like maxing or putting a bunch of points in Claw Mastery for the attack rating boost. Yeah. The thing is, I don't have any fizz damage for any leech, really. But you are not wrong in that the attack rating boost is nice. I'm playing with the Shadow Master for a little more like survivability. I also like Weapon Block, of course, for a little bit more. But, yeah, having a few more points can be really nice, actually. Immune to cold, immune to cold.
Impossible.
Kind of annoying.
Impossible.
And we'll go here.
Greetings.
Good day.
We'll grab a couple more potions. We will chug some thawing for ourselves, for Duriel. And we'll give some over to our mercenary. Now, Duriel's going to be a bit of a slog
Thanks.
because
Thanks.
he's Duriel and he has Holy Freeze. And so,
Thanks.
even with Cannot Be Frozen,
Thanks.
and we have to hit him to build the charges, and that just like takes a while. So, not my favorite. We can build up some charges before we go down there at least. So we can get an initial burst on him. So at least get a little something in there. But this is not a fun boss. As you can see, my chance to hit is just not great.
Good day.
There's nothing the right potion can't cure.
You mean Cobra? Definitely gonna be the least fun boss to fight here. But it's all good. Slow and steady. Build them up. Go get more potions. No, it's really not that bad of a fight when you think about how long some fights take. Unfortunate. so we're just kind of bouncing around. Trying to get some damage where we can. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. It also is unfortunate I just don't have great res. That makes it a little bit harder to fight him. My bad cold res. If I could have that at 85, I could tank him a little bit better. This is hell, so.
There's nothing the right potion can't cure.
God, I wish I had a shell rune. I'm so tempted to go back and get a shell rune. Just to upgrade my belt. Halfway through. Go Nightmare Countess and do 10 runs for Shale? Yeah, maybe. It's just so annoying. Come on. Get the final one in. Big release. Did I ever get a lower res wand? I don't know if I did. That would definitely be useful for the bosses. I think I did. I remember I got it on a staff at one point. I don't know if I spent the time to shop the wand though. You can go look around. I just really don't think I did. I'll go take a look. Exactly long.
Blessings to you.
Nope. No lower res wand. But we do have the ability to shop it right now, even if we wanted.
Approach and let's trade.
Yeah, down there. So you can just look for a wand with low resist charges.
Good evening.
Bone Spear should cost about 60 grand, but of course that's if it's by itself. If it has some other stuff on it, Could be 150 grand, could be 300 grand, you know, whatever. So I'm up so late.
Good evening.
I wanted to get a stream in after not streaming for a couple days here. Our youngest, baby and Dario, got sick. Or baby Lilith, excuse me. This isn't feeling very good.
Ask and learn. Approach and let's trade. Ask and learn.
Come on, low res.
Good evening. Approach and let's trade. Good evening.
Coming.
Approach and let's
Annoying.
trade.
I keep getting life tap charges.
Good evening.
So I do need to go back in and touch Duriel at some point here. Just so he doesn't start healing up again. If you leave him for too long, he'll start healing again, so. Alright, Duriel's popping her a little too fast. Let's just slow up a tiny bit. Let's just kill Duriel. And we'll shop the lower resist wand after, but it would have been nice to have for this fight. Gotta make sure you don't run out of TPs as well. We are very close here, so goodness gracious. Maybe he'll drop us a lot of cash. Least favorite boss fight? I mean, Duriel can be kind of rough on characters like this. Where you need, especially this one, because you have to build the charges too. It's like, need more TP scrolls. Part of me does wish I had some claw mastery, but then I wouldn't have a shadow master. Darned if you do, darned if you don't.
Hello.
Greetings.
It's like such bad hit chances here for us. And it's especially difficult on bosses because bosses are just like really high levels. And then also if they have like block chances and stuff, you just really find yourself sitting there like, oh god, what do I do? How do I hit? So, you know, we have not leveled as much as one would fully want right here, and that's gonna cost us. And then it's also just been annoying anyways.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But I think a couple more times and we should be good to go. Slow build attempts. Remember when I was like, you could farm in Dariel? Don't farm Dariel really on this character. Easy. Hey, there's Saigon's gloves. And just like that, barely even broke a sweat. Act 2 of Hell
I shall track
completed.
prime evils to the ends of the world.
Alright, let's go do a little shopping. And let's just find that lower res wand. Hey, Syrian, thank you. 1,000 biddies.
Who is this big llama starting all this drama? It's me, bitch.
Speed.
Dang. I mean, if that's not speed, I don't know what is. Now, this is also where having Crushing Blow and running like a Crushing Blow setup can be nice. All right, 135,000. So if you want to play it in a slightly different way there, you can just have Crushing Blow and you can just get like Dragon Talon or whatever, especially if you have a couple kicks. And you can just sit there and kick and hold like a black in your hand and just kick a bunch and do a bunch of boss finishing really fast. So it's a bit different of a play style than we have right here, but it would be a little bit faster and just give you, you know, a slightly different way. Or you could just hold it with yeah, I guess you'd be kicking because you're not going to be using the claws. So we can show that for Act 3 if we want. We can go back to normal and let's do a couple of things in normal. The first thing we're going to do is shop a 2 open socket flail because oh wait, I do have an IO rune, so we can go 3 open socket. And a 3 open socket kite shield. And we'll move this here and here. Drop the stealth. Okay, and then we will shop a 3 open socket flail as well, or a 2 open socket flail with am tier would also work.
It is an honor to serve you.
Flails. Here we go. All right. Saigon's gloves. So we can run Thol, Io, Neff. Thol, Io, Neff, and make a black. And that just has 40% chance crushing blow on it. You can drop some of these random things. You can go as well. So we can use that for kicking. And shield, we can go Ral or Tal. And make Ancient's Pledge. And I'm actually going to keep the higher attack rating over the extra one to martial arts. And I just feel like I'm doing this just to be a little extra safe. So now in Hell, our resistances are better. We're actually really overcapped on fire and light, which is, really nice. And this is also where even if I wanted, I could swap over with my mercenary and get Twitch Throw for the IS. But I'm pretty happy just doing this. And then when I chug my potions now you can see I have 85 cold res, and now I'm truly maxed across all of that.
Good to see you.
And am I going to wear the flame suit again? Oh no, and we'll do fire suit again. So this would also change. Remember, we're going to use Dragon Talon if I want to run this capacity. So I'm just trying to kind of show some other options here. Right? Now, I don't love champion Thorned Hulks. They're just a little bit rough. So a lot of times I'm just going to be avoiding those. But we can just go ahead and go forward here. And this is, as always, where you decide how much or how little you wish to kill in any of the areas. Do you want to fight the spiders? Are the spiders too scary? I mean, the nice thing is I do have this Chaos Orb. He is extra strong, which I don't love. And they do have their poison damage, which is super nasty. There you go, Kai. You just got your first low rune. Let's go. Oh no, I'm out of gold. For gold, we can always sell a bunch of stuff in our stash. Can look around. We have extra runes that we could sell. Doll rune could be some easy money. We have gems, obviously. Plenty of gems can be just good money. Flawless skulls. Great money right there.
Greetings.
In my shared, I've got more. I've got these guys. And then, like we've talked about before, if we need to roll some staves with all the chips that we've got, or roll some wands, we can just look for wands, look for scepters that are like 3,600, it's not too bad. 2,000. 3,200. 3,200. And we'll keep you and put our lower res wand away really fast. Oh, I put the gold in the shared stash. Okay. Oopsies. That's what I did. Well, still, it's good to show people what they can do again. And we can just do this stuff, right? Didn't roll well. That'll be worth some money. That'll be worth some cash. 35,000, 35,000. $30,000 in that one. Oh, didn't roll anything. Didn't roll anything.
Good to see you.
Wanted to chain lightning. 35,000. I wanted a meteor as well. And just like that, we picked up 200,000 gold. Now, I did put like 400k into my shared stash accidentally. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. Put it over here. But yeah, pretty easy. Will I run an AI that's tuned to D2? How do you tune it to D2? Maybe I could do Wonder Uber Warlock since it's been nerfed. Probably. Okay. Wait, Durga died there? What? I didn't think he was dying. That was surprising. Oh yeah, I got a double kick if I want to do more. What the heck? Thank you. You plan to voice your personal meta against crunchy peanut butter. Oh, as much as I possibly can. So horrible. Okay, now we always want to be careful right here. Start the burning is a killer.
I can't carry anymore.
Get him. Nice. Okay, and we'll keep going. That's it. It's all good. Thanks, Jakey. Alright, so this will take us to Great Marsh, most likely, it seems. There's also souls in the Great Marsh, so this is also a good example or time to remind you that you don't have to fight souls if you don't want to fight souls. Just like, don't do it. If you're scared of the souls, avoid them. Probably a good reason you're scared of them, because they're awful. Now I don't have to in this one because I actually have a path through to the Flare Jungle, which is really nice. But kind of don't like the new setup as much. I think I'm gonna go back to the old setup.
Hello.
It was fun to try, but I miss my Dragon Claw. Being able to fire off multiple charges at once was just really nice. I mean, I play hockey and golf and stuff. You can't shop a 4-socket flail, but Nightmare Cows, you can run around and find one. Flare Dungeon. Okay. Come out here. Now, when you first get your mercenary, he will take a second before he gets his aura going a lot of times. And that can be super annoying. So there we go. We got it. We can kind of like work with him.
What a delicious game. I should consult Ernest.
There's also a pretty wild flare jungle in terms of the amount of stuff here. So I'm going to try and see if we can get a telly over. Have to build one that works around it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was just using the free. But those are like the most used things, right? Just the free models everywhere. Yeah, still no shale. That part I don't love. Okay, so we'll try and do a telly over. Cool. We did make it over.
I can't carry it anymore.
Also the jade figurine here.
Jade statue.
And a round shield should be worth some cash. Now my main goal here is going to be Phoenix Strike 3, which is the Chaos Orb that freezes stuff. As there's a lot of stuff out here, and so we don't want to get surrounded and swarmed. So if I can be freezing majority of it, that is going to do a lot more. I mean, I guess my issue, a little bit whatever, is we can train an AI on Diablo, but all it's going to do is just go steal all of my guides. You know? If I needed fire res, that's actually really nice. I just want the light res more. So all it's doing is stealing my guide, stealing like revenue and everything from me, right? Like that's what it would just do. It's not thinking about like stuff. It's just I've already written out all the stuff, so it's that, you know.
I can't carry it anymore.
Yeah, it'll poorly misquote it and steal it, which is all it has to do. But and don't mind using Mind Blast like that. Okay, Scott Carney. But it's like, you don't need an AI to, like, anybody could do that. Anybody could just go read my guide and then like tell you what to do, or just read the guide and it'll tell you what to do. So like, my failure piece is like, where is the benefit that it's adding there, you know? I want it to be this whole cool thing, but it's just like gonna be a thief. But right now it's just bad at that. So I'd have to just go teach it to be a better thief. And then eventually, what incentivizes me to ever make more content if AI is just stealing all the content? And then the AI no longer knows what the heck to do, right? Not that like my content is the only content, but like the more people like me that are like, oh, forget this, I'm not going to make the content if it's just going to get stolen. The more you run into that issue. My basic thoughts with it. Okay, we'll push forward a little bit more. We're like really taking our time out here, but it's going just fine. I mean, we're killing things at an okay pace. Like, I'm not upset at all. Pretty happy with the flare. Flare dungeon there. Flare jungle. I mean, you say that, but a lot of people, I think, are... It's like almost... I don't want to say it's not unintentional. But like for the people, it's like slightly unintentional. I mean... Since Google has implemented its AI, search traffic from Google is down like 40% or something, which is massive. 40% of people that used to click on links and go search and go to sites no longer do. So much so that you're literally having sites remove or like block Google from scraping it because it's not pushing people to the site. It's just stealing and then doing a bad summary of it with its AI. So like, you know, that's a problem. Demon Hide Sash. Wow. Oh man. I'm kind of sad that now I just used my Io rune because I could have made a hearth for myself and then I could have had cannot be frozen from that and we could have 13% DR from the Demon Hide Sash. It's interesting. It's all good.
Yes.
Oh my god, Andy. Dang, shoulders, what? Pick up a little bit of gold. Why not?
Good evening.
Okay, let's move on. The real issue isn't that AI has all this data, it's that it doesn't drive revenue for the people it took the data from. Right. And it generates revenue, you know, essentially for itself in a way, a use and everything there, and takes it from the people who actually create it, which again leads to the question, why would I create content if it's just going to be stolen and then they're going to get the credit, you know? AI doesn't drive people to, you know, my guides and stuff. It reads my guides, summarizes it, and spits out a half bad interpretation of it. So if that just continues down that path eventually, yeah, let's say that nobody goes to my guides anymore because AI, everybody's just going right to the AI of it. Well, then I just stop making the guides. And then all the guide writers, you know, for the most part, stop making the guides because it's like, yeah, I'm just making money for Jeff Bezos and all these CEOs who are stealing my content with the AI. I'll let them come up with the guides then.
Stay a while and listen.
Thank
Trademark your stuff. And there's nothing to trademark here. Plus, like, all the AI companies still just steal it anyways, and then claim fair use and whatever stuff, right? Like, they clearly don't care to, you know, do anything in any proper way. Many people don't make guides to make money, but because they want to share knowledge. Yeah, I mean, like, I also want to share knowledge, but the AI doesn't even credit me in its stuff. It literally just steals the guide. Like, now it's my job. So making good content and having that content be monetized in some way is important. Before it was my job, the monetization was less important. But a lot of all the guide creators that make all the best guides for all the content, that is their job. So,
Yes.
you know, like, most people that write for all the guide sites and stuff, their job is to do that. Oh god, oh gosh. Dolls, we say no thank you and move forward.
Greetings.
Dang dat. Travancore can be a scary place. So with Trav, one recommendation, make sure you have your burst speed up and or your fade, whatever you're going to use. And then, like we've talked about before, just get them and drag them, right? We're gonna get them here. You're gonna lose your mercenary because Hydras, that's fine. Get them here. Drag them out and separate them off a little bit too.
Keep grinding, Mr. Llama. Appreciate your work.
But yeah, I would say that a lot of people, even ones who don't monetize any of the guide stuff that they're creating, at the very least want the recognition of people to be like, oh yeah, I use so-and-so's guide.
Good day.
So when an AI just goes and takes said guide and doesn't credit you, and then trains off of it, you know, whatever. You're gonna be like, well, hold on a second. Okay. So that's actually fine right there. We've separated one of the guys off.
Good day.
So now we go. We do the same thing as before. Now he is fire enchanted, so I do need to be a little careful with that. Also, unfortunately, he is light enchanted. It's a little bit annoying. pop back.
Yes.
Not in town.
Now that few.
And we'll get Durga. And we'll let him and my chick get the final blow because he is fire enchanted and I don't really feel like dealing with that.
Good day. Yes.
Was your hardest hardcore run you ever did? Did you do one with a challenge? Punch Barb wasn't hardcore. I've done a lot of hardcore characters and challenges and things. Probably the no life necro. Fire Shrine. No vitality necro hardcore. And I wasn't summon. I was running like bone and stuff. That was pretty hard. So easy to just get one tapped. You can always grab waypoint here if you would like. How do speedruns get credited? What do you mean by get credited? And when we go to Duriel, we have a couple of options. Number one, we can shift into this Ancient's Pledge Black with kicking. Yes, I'm only kicking one at a time right now, but that is a possibility. Also, again, I only have 39 cold res, but we can go chug some thawing potions to get that up. I still do need to be careful of Mephisto, as he does have some good damage. Let me grab the lower res wand as well. And we can set this to N. Okay. So here is where the crushing blow kicks can come into play and be solid. I don't have like great attack rating or anything, but you know, enough crushing blow, it's totally fine. You need to. Need to be able to hit a few times. So that attack can still be kind of deadly.
Not enough mana.
Wish I had better potions, man. So one way to bring Mephisto down a little bit faster. It's just there.
Moo.
Thanks, Torch. Now, way two is going back to our other setup, and I just want to show that like both setups are possible. So you can run that other setup there.
Hello.
And especially with the lower resist wand, which we can also our Ancient's Pledge with it. Jesus. Mephisto has no chill, man. But voila, easy as that. Act 3 is complete.
Good day.
I think a good combination of the two is a nice way to kill.
Hello.
I am overburdened.
That's not too bad. So easy place to go, and I mean not easy, but definitely a place that you can go and farm a little bit if you want to get a little bit more gear. Go in there, go repair. Again, let's say that we come across souls in Act 4. You don't want to fight souls. You don't find a resist lightning shrine. You don't have good light res. Just reset, right? So if you step out there and that's the mob that you come across, remember, you don't have to fight it, and there are not always souls in the Plains of Despair. Of course there are. So we can quit out whenever we want. Just feel what your comfort level is. Duh, bears.
Mama llama, 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 llama. Who is this big llama? Starting all this drama. It's me, bitch.
Thank you, Mr. Lamask, for the work you do and for your consistency. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate that. Now, I'm not too worried. Again, even without this lightning shrine, I have really good light res. I would be concerned if I came across like a conviction soul boss group or something out there. But otherwise, I'm not too worried. That's very sweet, Bears. Thank you very much. What's the game dev question you got? What do we have here? There we are. See if we can find visual. 2 skills sounds pretty decent. Though it may take a second with visual because he does have
A little bit of damage to knock stuff out, and then just a lot of life. Where is he? Right here? No. Interesting. Souls. Run down this edge. There he is. Actually not too bad for kill. Why not dual mosaics? Yes it does, Lord. Or more. Something like that to do it. 10 assets at a time. I mean, that's really a hard thing to say, because it just depends, like, the quality of the assets and everything.
Yield to you, champion.
You know, if you can get each of those assets, yeah, maybe $100 or something for 10 would be nice. They're not like crazy. But you could probably find a little cheaper. I mean, just kind of depends what you find. Now, River of Flame, 400 per 10. I mean, those better be pretty high quality assets there, I would say, at that price. You can do Mephisto Soulstone there if you want. See what rune you can come across. Can always be nice. Rune could make a Duress or just be resistances. Lemrune could make a Treachery, which would be super solid for you and or your mercenary. Polrune could make a Wisdom. You know, or Iorune could make a Hearth if you want Can't Be Frozen in a different way. You know, Foul plus Co, which we have the Foul right now, could make a Obedience for a mercenary. Lots of options. Goal rune and a Malrune make a mosaic. Thanks, sweet. He's very kind. Good night, Syrian. Whoa!
Greetings.
Huge wins. Okay, so now let's go into the chaos. Let's try and keep our mercenary alive here if we can. It might be a little tough. Again, the nice thing is we do have the Chaos Orb, which is helpful. And we're going to play in the way that I've always talked about when you're in an area like this, which is be safe and do not just run around like crazy. Especially once you get inside here. Right? I'm building a nice safe space to run back to, so I can always just safely clear out the mobs in the chaos.
I did not press that seal, but somehow I did. I don't love it. Okay. We'll go ahead and build up all of our charges on this guy. Especially the freezing charges. And then we can take them in. And we can use them here. We can also use Cloak of Shadows. And this is a great way to actually ISO. And get the boss away from all of his minions, because he actually won't. The big thing we want to do is just have this Chaos Orb. Again, yeah, it's unfortunate.
Hail to you, champion.
Hail to you, champion.
Yeah, at that price, I would definitely say that. Now he has Fire Enchanted as well, which is a little scary. We'll back up a tiny bit on it. But, I mean, that's pretty smooth right there.
I can't carry
Right.
it.
That's the good stuff. We will still need to pop this seal, so I'm going to try and just hop over and do that really fast without aggroing these guys too much. And we have some Doom Knights we have to fight. We'll just really slow them down with our Holy Freeze combination here.
Moo.
Now, Oblivion Knights are going to be really annoying because they also have Decrepify. So, those are going to be the worst things down here by far. They're Cold Enchanted and they have Decrepify. We'll want to get them taken care of, but it may, you know, take a second to do so, right? Like,
Not enough
that's just
money.
going to be kind of annoying. Jay Korn, thank you. Now, something you can do there is you can get her on top first. But I do want to pull back a little. Again, Chaos is... This is a hard spot for this character here.
Moo.
Thank you, Ericaz, for the Prime sub.
I am overburdened.
Cast another Cloak of Shadows. Because they're getting a little bit attached to us. Couple too many guys, and again, I want to slow it down a little bit. I will have to be careful with boss number 2 here. We also are lower resisted, which is not super fun. able to crowd control a lot here, which is super helpful. And that is the main focus that we have, is maintaining good crowd control. If you can maintain good crowd control, you can stay alive a lot longer. So whenever we're playing a lot of hardcore characters, that is going to be something we focus on. Oops. Would Bladeson be easier to get through hell? Probably a little bit, yeah. But, you know, this is a martial arts assassin run, not a Bladeson run. We'll have a Bladeson hardcore run as well. Okay. Now, headed here, we have fanaticism. Want to make sure we get a charge off there. And it is a little bit scary. Yeah, there goes Durga. We'll go ahead and go back to town. If I'm going to do a P8 run, I'd be doing a stronger character than this.
I can't carry anymore.
Remember, there's not going to be the Holy Freeze initially, so there we go, we built it up. And now we can go blow that on these guys.
Moo.
We do have Cursed as well, which is annoying. Thanks, D-Brask. He's also Cold Enchanted. So I'm actually going to let them kill him over here. I need to drink more thawing potions. It's a good question.
Why didn't you just find 2 Gull runes from Hellforge?
It is a good question. And 2 mouths, of course. Can't get those. Within Blizzard could a new Diablo game that caters to the D2 crowd? Probably not. I think there's just too many casual players nowadays. Video games used to be a different market, you know? It used to be a nerdy thing, but now it's a thing that so many people do. And they play them, you know, so casually, you know, just like, oh, they just go play their Call of Duties or their FIFAs or their whatever. And their Diablo 4s and 3s, and they like it when it's just like easy power and, you know. So yeah, I think your indie games like Llama RPG are the things that will more cater towards, you know, everyone. But yeah, it's even like board games a little bit, right? Board games are a little bit more nerdy, but everybody's played Monopoly and stuff, but not a lot of people have played like the really good board games. You kind of have to be more into, right? Like the top 10 most sold board games, Candyland, Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, etc. They all suck. They're all like terrible board games, you know. Even Settlers of Catan is a pretty mediocre board game. Like, I enjoy it, but you know, when you compare it to like a lot of high quality board games, like it's pretty. It's not like that good of a board game. It's very, very mid. But it's just such an introductory one, and it's still fun. But it's not even in the top, you know, 500 board games, really, when you get down to, like, good strategy, good fun, good everything. Here's another Cold Enchanted, and, you know, I'm pretty happy to just let him blow up over there. Cold Enchanted, Fire Enchanted.
I can't carry anymore.
We are good on that. For Mr. Diablo here, we can, of course, decide...
Greetings.
Hail to you, champion.
if we want to run this setup or this setup or a little bit of both. Mercenary will just die. That's just gonna happen. We'll get some kicks in, and of course, if there's ever lightning, run away from the lightning. And if you're gonna set a TP, Catan not top 500 board games, come on now. I mean, if you've really played a lot of board games, I don't think it's that absurd of a statement. In terms of like the influence it has and all of that, yes, of course. But from purely a gameplay perspective, there are many games that do a better job. Many, many, many games. Let's see. Yeah, it's not there. Like a number. So on Board Game Geek, Settlers of Catan is rank 5,850. This is based off of everybody going and ranking board games. I think you can move it up or down a little bit from there, but like that is kind of the official board game site where you're gonna get people when they play a game, they rank a game. Now, again, that is more dedicated gamers, right? Which is the important thing to note about it. That is not your average person who just plays Catan.
Hail to you, champion.
That is not your, your Monopoly player. That is people who play hundreds to thousands of games. And will name 100 games you've never even heard of in a couple minutes. All right, so let's do this. Let's low resist Mr. Diablo.
Moo.
Hi-oh.
Hello. Jewels. But it's like, someone who has played Clash of Clans and League of Legends and Monopoly being like, what do you mean Candy Crush isn't a top 500 game? It's like, well, in terms of like popularity and money generated and stuff, sure. Thanks, Barno. But like, yeah. Subway Surfers is not in the top 500 games ever made. Oop, I want to do Dragon Claw, not kick. I am not able to build charges. Honestly, the meteor is pretty good. I don't have good fire damage, but the meteor actually does a
Next you're
pretty
going
good
to tell
job.
us Wonder Bread isn't made with real wonder.
I would never tell you that. But like stacking up the fire damage does so much. That's actually one of the best things against the bosses is just Phoenix 1. Come on. This will be the kill. Let him stand in the fire and die. GG! Act 4 completed. How simple was that?
Greetings. Impossible. What do you need?
Okay.
What do you need?
And we will continue through. Now we're in one of the most dangerous areas, the post-chaos sanctuary. Bloody foothills. Be very careful out here.
You'll pay for your atrocities, Bear.
Lots of damage. One act to go. You're doing great. We are coming up on our favorite Eldritch spot as well here for farming. Now the big issue with farming Eldritch is he is cold enchanted in hell, so it's not quite as good. The cold enchant does make it a little bit rough. You'll still be fine. You know, you should be okay with your Holy Freeze Merce, but you'll have to feel it out. Now, what would I really recommend here? Go back to Nightmare if you want to farm, right? I'm 72. If I want to hit 73, go to a Nightmare Terror Zone. Because fighting this is just kind of tough, to be honest. And you can still do it, but the experience that you gain versus the time that you're putting in on it, I don't think it's worth it as much right here. So I'd just be like, hey, go to Nightmare. I can do players 8. Oh my god, Flare Jungle. Oh, sign me up.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Flare Jungle is so godly. I don't have Flare Jungle? Okay, we'll go lower crossed. And run it back. Oops, I don't know the way. And look at this experience. That's so juicy. And like, this is just like easy leveling. So much better. Yes, this is players 8. You could run around really fast on players 1. Be a little bit careful still with fanaticism, especially on P8. But yeah, if you want to level up, this is your level up spot still. And then you can take this up to, 80 or whatever right here, and that'll just put you in a much better spot. Don't have to worry about all the immunities, don't have to worry about as much damage, as many dangerous mod combinations. This is a pretty bad flare jungle too. We don't even have really good flares or anything, but if we had good density here, oh baby, we could just be cooking completely on experience there. But that's not great. So that is my recommendation for just leveling. If you just want to level, go there and just do that. and pick up some more levels, be in a good spot. Otherwise, we can come back here. If we want to do Shank,
Pay for your atrocities.
do Shank. We'll do Click of Shadows there, just to get these guys off of us. Oh, I'm on Player's 8. Hold up. I don't want to be on Player's 8 out here. Player's 1, much better.
Good afternoon. You'll pay for your atrocities, Bale.
But killing Shank will drop all the prices in Act 5 by 50%. So really nice for potion shopping. We have Fanaticism Korats. I'm just gonna leave. Not worth it. You also, of course, get your socket quest there. But, we'll just keep going forward. But I could rinse and repeat that until I got something I was comfortable with if I wanted. However, I feel pretty good to just kind of move through to the Ancients. Dude. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can say this. Can I say this? Sure, whatever. Maybe Blizzard will get mad if I do. But I am officially going to BlizzCon. There's not very fun mobs in here. Hey, I already told you that. If you want to do, Glacial Trail, and then River, do the Frozen River, you can, or just, find any waypoint. But I don't know what we got coming. But I'm assuming since I'm going, we're going to have some cool Diablo 2 stuff. Or maybe a new Diablo thing. Maybe like a Diablo 5. I don't know. I don't have any further information than that. But that makes me think, why would they invite me if there's not Diablo news? Now, to be fair, they also invited me when they launched Diablo Immortal. So it doesn't mean everything. Oh God. Hell Lords is not exciting. That is so horrifying. Alright, we got a waypoint, which is what we wanted to do.
At your service.
How may I be of help?
Reign of the Druid. They're finally going to buff him. That'd be nice. Alright, so let's see what we have. In our potential Frozen River. Definitely don't want to fight any fanaticism. I mean, there's a lot of Act 5 mobs I'm just not that interested in fighting. honest. But we'll see if we have souls in here. Harpies, what we have.
Claude, go make
Creeper's
Act
not too
6.
bad. Jesus. Now, if you're ever jumping like this, remember you can always press escape. We do have some chargers. That wasn't too bad. And we have some Abyss minions here. Okay, Frozenstein is cold enchanted. Durga goes down. Alright, not a big deal. Main thing just to get here. It is cursed, which I don't love. And Anya is saved. Hooray. 10 more all res. So now we're all positive on our resistances, which is good. And we can continue to the Ancient's Way. And I'm actually going to reset the Ancient's Way because we had really bad mobs in there. So I don't love it. Now let's go ahead and run through. We've got some Tainteds, which are not the best, but not the worst. Those guys I don't care about that much. Not a big deal. Running parallel with that branch there. And some Yetis. Okay, overall, not too shabby. There we are. So let's do the Ancients.
Afternoon.
We'll always repair first. We can drop potions as well. We have enough fire res. I do like the attack rating on that. So annoying. Yeah, alright, that's fine. We'll keep the lower res in there. And let's just drop some charms right now so we can go drop some potions.
Good afternoon.
Because I will want to make sure I have some potions lined up. Go find a nice spot.
Hello.
Go find another spot. Whenever you drop these, remember you get 10 minutes on them before they'll disappear. Or before you have to go pick them up again and then re-drop them. And reset it.
How may I be of help?
You can always put some potions over here.
I am overburdened.
Pick up some charms. And we're good to go. Now, what are we looking for here? I don't want to have too many immunities and magic resist and things like that. And I don't want to have anything crazy dangerous. Fanaticism aura, might aura, conviction would be kind of scary. extra strong on like Warlock is like iffy, but these guys probably don't want that. So I'm looking for, you know, Stone Skin isn't my favorite because it is lowering my chance to hit, but it's not too dangerous. Teleportation isn't too bad. Maybe on Talic it's a little bit scary. Cold, Fire, Light enchants are okay. Not the greatest, but they're okay. See, Blessed Aim Aura, things like that. So extra fast. We'll just have to kind of see what we're spawning. There's a couple auras there. Don't really like it. Whenever you get something you don't like, you can reset. That doesn't look too shabby, though there is Cursed. Who has the Cursed? Okay, you do. Okay, so here we can try and get them to separate a little bit. You have to use your teleportation for separation, which can be annoying. But hopefully we can get... Okay, my shadow is actually kind of screwing everything up. Alright, so we'll come down here. We are cursed. But here we can try and get uncursed. Just go for nice and easy. This is player's one. And again, one of the best skills that you actually have against bosses is going to be the fire damage from the meteor. But separating these guys is just important. Fighting all three at the same time is going to be terrible. Wish we could have kept him in the fire, unfortunately. Try and get him back here. So one small annoyance with teleport is they are going to jump around and sometimes go back to where you don't want them to be. Alright, one down. We can wait for the curse to fall off. No reason to screw with it.
Make sure Blizz flies you out business class. You need to be well rested for all the D2 announcements.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going business class. Thank you. Curse takes forever to fall off. I am going. I don't have a point in fate. Wow. Okay, there's Warlock. Warlock Spectral hit or enchanted. Build up some damages. Like, she's actually a pretty decent killer here. Okay. Now our best for last. I'm going to actually unsummon my chick. Where is she? There she is. And even Durga, we gotta be careful here. Now, again, like we've talked about before, our goal here... Wait, he's also cursed? Wow, I really hate that. Oh, I did not know he was also cursed.
I can't.
Shoot. Okay, we're just gonna have to face him mano-a-mano because our mercenary is not gonna cooperate here. Okay. We're gonna go like this. But I am keeping him in this space so he is not able to really get away and not able to whirlwind me. And that is kind of the main goal here. I always have my finger on the rejuve. So hard to see how many charts there are now. That's a little scary. He may whirlwind that way. Okay, now he's also got teleport, which is also very scary. Teleport curse is actually slightly a nightmare here.
I am overburdened.
Definitely one of my lesser favorite combinations we've hit. Be careful auto-locking on him for too long. And whenever he wants to get into whirlwind, you just let him whirlwind your dude. It's all good. We don't need to be like too crazy here. I don't need to chase him into his whirlwind. Nope. Keep it nice and easy. Oh, Jesus. Don't love that we're out of rejuves.
Really, such a unfortunate. Good lord. Why did he have to be teleport cursed? Dude, he is spinning like mad right now. He just needs to chill out a tiny bit. I might even let her kill him. Like, she got it. Unleash your stuff. Come on, girl. This is wild. Can't see back there very well. Nope. Easy. Whew, well, just wanted to show you some of the dangers you may encounter. You were worried? I wasn't even worried at all.
Good afternoon.
I mean, he was just going to put the curse back on, but it's all good. Let's repair. Let's go get some rejuves. Another point here, more vitality. Got Durga. Cool. Now, Worldstone Keep can be very dangerous. Definitely a place. Oh, yep, there we go. We've got Might Aura champions. And as I've said before, this can be those assailants can be pretty nasty as well. Roadstone Keep level 2 obviously can have souls, can have little flare dudes, which isn't nearly as bad, and definitely preferred. Can have like some poison skelly archers, which aren't too bad. Can have beetles, which can be a little, a little bit scary. Looks like we have beetles, snakes. All in all, not too bad of a group. We can take it a little slower through here if we want. But always just reset if you're feeling like this isn't working, you know? Again, we have Ancient's Way waypoint, so we can always just go back there. But not a lot of cold immunes here you're going to run into, so that is definitely helpful. Because then we can use our freezing here, which just helps a ton. Right. See if it's waypoint. It is not waypoint. Let's go get some healing potions.
Good evening.
But it at least tells us which way the waypoint is, which is going to be top right. Also some like mesh armor and gothic blade and a rune staff if you want gold. Plenty of gold to be had there. This guy's kind of strong. Boss group. Karas will be good money too. Beetles, and again, you know, kind of move as fast or as slow as you want through. I feel pretty comfortable just jumping ahead right there. I'm gonna make sure I have a couple more rejuves just for some safety. I'll go ahead and wear them. And let's go to the Throne of Destruction. Now, your throne can have souls, it can have dolls, it can have hell lords, it can have all sorts of nasty things. So make sure before you go down here that you kind of know what your resistances are and what you feel like you can fight and not. I feel totally fine fighting souls. I have maxed out light resist, unless it's conviction souls, and then I'd be a little scared. At the same time, I also have Cloak of Shadows. So I know that I can save myself a little bit with that. Now, I don't love these Serpent Maguses right here. Definitely not my favorite to fight. But they are some champions. And it's not end of the world because they are going to still be affected by the cold there. So I'm just gonna slow play it, right? We've talked about before. You just have to, when you know you need to build safe spaces for yourself, when you know there's gonna be some tough mobs coming up, you just need to play a little slower. Go heal him up. Let's grab some thawing potions. Alright, 5 minutes of cold res added. It's a little bit nasty in there. Let's go ahead and use this. And there's some fire enchant. I didn't really want to be a part of the explosion, so... Oh, hello. Hello, damage. The souls are actually the less scary of the mob in this throne room, because we have such good res. Whereas the Vipers are probably the scariest, just because they have that charge attack and can just hit you. And then we also have Curse, so the combination of that can be pretty nasty. Go back and get Durga again. And this is just going to be a tough area for sure. There's just going to be, you know, a lot of... It's a level area level 85. We're only level 74, so it's going to be a little harder to hit. They're going to hit a little harder, etc. We can take this up to here, see what we have. Freeze a lot of stuff. Oops. Have to
Got a little stuck there, couldn't see very well. And try and again build up our lightning whenever we're fighting cold immunes, and build up our cold whenever we're fighting lightning immunes. Or blades of ice and claws of thunder. And Phoenix Strike can always be decent across any of them. Caduceus. So, some mildly scary mobs in here. Definitely wouldn't call it the easiest throne, but not the hardest either. If there were dolls, I'd either leave or I would just be letting my mercenary kill all the dolls. I would have no play in that. Now, something you can do if you want your to not be decrepit and have your chick be decrepit is you can actually just do that and put her up on top, because Bale will decrepify essentially whatever is up near closest to him. So now he'll decrepify all of us because we're all standing like near each other, but you can always just have her standing up underneath him. Come back here. Same idea. And this can be also a little bit of a tough wave because you do have the cold damage. It's coming through. Cold and poison, and there goes Durga with that poison. It's just a lot. So it can be a wave that you can choose to drag some guys away if you want. So definitely going to be some tough waves. This is not the best wave killer.
Yes, warrior.
The Seraphim, what is that? I don't know what that is. Stay alive, Durga! Oh, that poison damage is so nasty. Okay. Man, these guys are rough. Resist him a little bit.
Durga's definitely gonna die on wave 3. Just always happens. Let's try and get a little bit of a drag here, bring them down and away from Bale so we can actually fight them. Especially if we can go like this. If you get the boss or some of them separate like that, then you can go and do this and try and, you know. That would not be too bad. Now this wave can also be pretty scary. Main goal here being just keep a lot of them frozen and hopefully not healing each other too often. Which it seems like we're able to do pretty well. I can also try and keep my charges up here by doing this, and then he'll spawn the next wave. I don't love fanaticism, but I should still be okay. As long as I can just keep my freezing charges up.
Good afternoon. Not in town.
We're also a little short on cash. Not a big deal.
Afternoon.
Alright, maybe fanaticism's a bit much. Okay. So we'll do the dragging strats. If I had a little more levels and some more life, it wouldn't be nearly as big a deal. And wave 5, another wave that don't have a ton of interest in fighting, really. At least not currently. Now I can freeze it, so that in mind does give us the ability to kill at least. Whiff, 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 whiff. Yeah, a lot of whiffs. Just part of it. What do I want to sell? Oh, I put some gold over there again. That should hopefully be enough.
I remember we can always charge up on tentacles as well. Make sure players 1.
World stone.
My brothers will not have died in vain.
And if you ever come across Bale just spawning a clone immediately, which seems like every guided playthrough so far, that's just all he's done. You can just go away and then come back.
My brothers will not have died.
He'll spawn another clone because that's just what he wants to do. He's just going to be really annoying.
Hello.
I would generally say like go farm a little bit before here. But you know, you can also just go slow like my ultimate goal here is to sit Bale in some fire and try to get him to not move. Unfortunately, he will like to move, so Bale will be a little bit annoying. But we can also, of course, run our other strats, which will probably be helpful.
What do you need?
Too expensive.
Salutations.
We'll have to get some more gold at some point here. But for now,
My brothers will not have died in vain.
so many clones. He's just spawning stuff like crazy right now.
Good afternoon.
We need him to settle down for a second. Just like very active. I wish I had some better attack rating, but I don't. Alright, we can sell some more gems.
Afternoon.
Go like that. Let's get a little bit more cash.
Salutations.
Every time we hit, 40% chance for crushing blow, which is a percentage of maximum life. So while we don't hit often like this because we have terrible attack rating, oh wait, you know what we could do? Oh wait, no. I mean, I guess so. Like I say, we could build up charges on his tentacles when he spawns tentacles. And then we get guaranteed hits when we use a finisher on him. So it actually ends up being a pretty good strategy. Okay, here you go. So you build that up, and then you get a guaranteed hit. Build it up, guaranteed hit. Build it up. Guaranteed hits. It's actually so genius.
My brothers will not have died in vain.
Hello.
It's going so much faster doing that. Give me a tentacle or two. Build up 3 charges and you get 3 kicks. So hello. Plus, you also get the elemental damage, which, you know, can be nice. Him just sitting in fire is good for us as well. Yeah, tentacles are a clutch part of it. Let's make sure we just go. No. Go back. Get some rejuves. Give me a tentacle, man. It's okay. Let's finish him off how he would want to be finished. With 2 claws.
My brothers will not have died in vain.
Hello.
Annoying. Burn him out. Alright, here we go. The final blows. GG, Balrog skin, wow. What a find. +1, boo. GG. Not too great. And that, my friends, is Hell Hardcore Martial Arts Assassin. Now, was this an S tier build? No. But I still think it's solid. It'll be even better as well, especially if you do a little bit more of that leveling. This is one that you're going to want to take up to that 80 in Nightmare and kind of just like spend some time. Was it an A tier build? No. Was it a B tier build? Yeah, I think it's about B tier. So it's playing more into the fun, elemental aspect of the martial arts. The hard part, again, is building the charges, which is why having attack rating from, if you want to put more points into Claw Mastery, can be very smart. Again, I opted for the Shadow Master because I wanted to just have a tank that I could just have, and I think it ended up working out really nicely having that. It took me a little longer to hit, but I felt a little bit safer. In softcore, you can bet your butt I'm just jamming it all into Claw Mastery instead. So here's our final skill layout, just maxing all of these guys. Also, you know, you do get an attack rating boost, right, by putting more into like Dragon Claw or Dragon Talon, you know, instead of the Claw Mastery there. So you could also just put more into your finisher if you wanted. But that's just ways to boost your overall attack rating for, you know, better chance to hit with it. Few points in burst of speed, you know, 1 point Cloak of Shadows is really helpful just to have that for a little bit of time. Blinding ranged mobs, great for archers, great for ghost or souls, things like that. Stats, enough for our gear, rest and vitality. Gear, we still have the same, just 2 to martial, 1 to martial claws. That's just nice to have. Still the lore, still that. We didn't really change anything except 1 ring that we shifted on at the start. And we found 1 charm that added a little bit of rest. Really didn't change much in Hell, though. So also, you could go farm, you know, a Duriel shell or something. You can get that from Nightmare Mephisto, and that would be so good, right? You'll get the additional resistances in life and the cannot be frozen. That means you can shift these things over into, you know, like a better belt. I never got a shell run to upgrade this. An alum for a smoke could be good. You could get a treachery with the lem. You can, increase your weapons, make them actually have some physical damage, make it so leech actually kind of matters a little bit more. Like, there are plenty of things that you can do just to make the character a little bit stronger along the way. But, you know, again, in these guided playthroughs, the goal isn't always to play for 30 hours on the character. The goal is to get through the game in Hell, on hardcore, farm a little bit, be a little safe, but show you guys like kind of how I do it, right? How I would do it going through, and that you can do it on softcore, on hardcore. It's not just the biggest notion that I want to show with these is that when you watch me die on like a softcore guided playthrough or something, a lot of times it's not because I would die on hardcore. It's because you can play like that on softcore. You don't have to run Shadow Master. You can jam the Claw Mastery. You don't have to run Cow King's Hide. You can just grab the Twitch Throw from your Mercenary, right? Like, you can play in just these more aggressive ways because a death doesn't, like, do that much damage. So just seeing the difference in the playstyles hopefully is enough and shows you kind of how you can change your play with hardcore and what you can do to stay alive. And like I said, Telly Staff, low res wand. That's it. It's not proving I'm dying on purpose. It's proving, not even proving. It's just showing like where the differences are between when you play softcore and hardcore. What risk you can take there that you can't take here. You just, dying is way too detrimental here versus over there. Oh no, I lost, 10% experience at level 74. Whatever. If I was like level 97, yeah, I care. Level 74, I don't care about 10% experience. I could lose all the experience in this, and that'd be fine. I could go gain this all back in 3 minutes, 5 minutes in the Flare Jungle, like in the Nightmare Terror Zone. So that's all. GG. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.